All right, this next technique is a brown belt technique, trapping maces. I love it. It's extremely fast, extremely destructive, and very indicative of the way we move in the AKKI. Trapping maces. It's brown belt technique, so it's what we call an offensive technique. We're either in a fighting position, we've already squared off and are moving and fighting, or we've decided to take the offensive. He's made a threat. I'm going to kick your butt, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you, whatever, and we preempt. In other words, I know he's going to attack me, so I hit him first. Right? It's called a preemptive strike. Something you want to definitely consider wherever you're from. And if you got some of you guys in Europe, you got to look at the rules. Understand that if you hit somebody first, it can be construed, almost regardless of the circumstance. Especially if you hit them first and then win, you've got to look at the legal considerations. Legal considerations could be, he threatens to punch you, you drop him, he hurts himself, now he sues you in civil court. There's so many other things that go on with learning self-defense, and that's just one small aspect. So we look at the pre-attack indicators. They say, yes, it looks like he's getting ready to throw a punch. We throw our punch first. So we're squared off. There's a couple ways to enter on this technique. And Mr. Paul has given us several different options. Right? The first one is we just come in and trap and go to back knuckle, and he blocks it, he checks it, because more and more people are getting to the point where they're either they know a little bit of something, or it's just that spinal reflex arc, that little instinctive flinch, boom, where he puts his hands up, all right, and he jams it and stops it. So again, this is just one method of entry. So as I come in, boom, and he stops. Now this is our rolling. We have a sequence of traps that we use on this, but on this one we're going to do the roll. In other words, as soon as he meets, we take that energy that he feeds us, given especially if you're familiar with Universal Set Level 2, you start feeling those energetic conversions or magnetic conversions, and you're going to roll right back out to your back fist. So again, he comes in, boom, and there's your strike. Now your target. Your next strike is going to be an elbow, and you've got several options, right? The book calls a strike to the humerus, depending on where it's at. So catching that, cracking that large bone in the arm. Option 2, catching the sternum, right? That nice little chest, or that shield that covers the heart. You hit it properly, it will crack. I've seen it. Thank goodness I've never felt it. You can catch them to the sternum, or depending on your height, you may catch them to the jaw. It really depends on your positioning in relation to the targets. So again, as we come on, if we stick to, I usually end up going to the humor, at least I'm sorry, to the sternum. So as you come in, roll, back knuckle, drop. Ooh, yeah, sorry about that. And then from there, you're going to roll your hands, claw, claw, claw. Okay? There's that, we call that swimming. Boom. All right? And these are just DNA collectors. That last one, the first two are rips, and the last one is the classic Parker paw. It just drops right on the face. Okay? So again, one more time. Hit, roll, back knuckle, collapse, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay? A little bit quicker as you come in. Boom. And then you can work your way out and get your coverage. All right? Play with it. It's a great technique. It's fast. Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. Entries. I wanted to talk about entries. All right? Classic, depending on distance. Boom. Back knuckle that hand as you work your way in. Mr. Paul, you'll see him back knuckle and glance right into a vertical punch or an inverted straight punch right to the face. Boom. Right? If I get that and he doesn't block it, I can go straight into the technique. I don't have to worry about the feed, or at least the check. But if I feel that check, now I can roll into my technique, and that's where we get trapping maces. So a couple of different ways to enter. If he doesn't block it, you just go straight into the technique. All right? If he does block it, you do your trap and you go on. Also, on the trap, be aware. Boom. As I roll, that's a trap. One hand controlling two hands. You're not going to keep it there. All we want to do is trap his hands for a second, a split second, maybe a second and a half. You're not going to keep that trap for an extended period of time, but it's going to give you that little bit of time to get those shots in and now you can give up your trap. Right? Again, something to think about. Play with the technique, trapping maces. Great technique.